Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a brand new F1 2021 pre-season league race. It's our final pre-season league race, as you can see in the title, our final preparation before the league racing season starts. This is WOR around Brazil. I'm not gonna be driving in WOR as I feel like doing one league race per week is already quite a lot to prepare for. Of course, our preparations are fully focused on F1 esports, so that is why I've decided to not do WOR and only go with PSGL. Still, WOR is an amazing league. I'll probably join them after the F1 esports season, but yeah, I still want to do some non-pressurized races before the league racing season starts, so I can try out some stuff. I've just put on a time trial setup, which I put the world record with minutes before this race. That was my only preparation. I did, I think, around 20 minutes of time trial, so that was more than enough for me, as I'm letting my teammate Jake Benham through into the final corner before I start my lap. I already put a 106.134 on the board, which was on mediums. We were the fastest on the mediums, so that's good. Shows that we will be probably fast in the race on the mediums as well. But on the softs is where it counts. In qualifying, of course, we're currently P10 behind Shazoo Risky. I think PSGL is going to be full of F1 esports drivers, and this is like a little bit more league racers that are trying to get into F1 esports probably. So they definitely have probably prepared pretty well, or not yet, but they will for the actual WOR season. You can hear me say good exit or bad exit. I actually can't remember what I said, but yeah, we are 4 tenths up. I think currently provisional polls are 105.4, so we have to try and improve that. The world record is a 104.9, set by me literally minutes before, as I said. And we are looking to, I think we're going provisional pole. You can see purple sector 1, green sector 2, 3.0 tenths up.
My medium run was a lot better.
3 tenths up on Thomas Harvey. You can hear me say medium run was a lot better. So I felt like the balance on the mediums was a little bit better in the car. But we do go P1 with a 105.369. Pretty solid banker. As I said, no preparation done online. We're just driving with the time trial setup. As we now head into our second soft run, you can see Valentin Bruffer, also Veloce driver, has gone P1. We're still ahead of Alvaro Caraton, Shazoo Risky, and Ruben Pedreno. And going through turn 2, we've lost a little bit of time. You can see 200 down now as we go towards turn 3, correct? Turn 4. Turn 4 this. It's a bit difficult because that left hand is not really a corner, but we're still up on Valentin Bruffer by 400s. We lost a little bit mid-corner in turn 4, but we catched it back up on the exit. And now middle sector, we're going to try and make up some proper time, as we don't have a great lap set yet. Of course, we will still have another run after this, but it's nice to keep improving on your previous laps as well, of course. So now into the final sector, there's yellow flag, which is for someone letting us by, I think so, yeah. Purple middle sector, 1 tenth up on the Valentin Bruffer, and our exit is a lot better than last lap. A little bit of oversteer though. Coming across the line soon. First we have to open the DRS in the short line. So we are driving less meters to the line basically. And we go P1 with a 105.271. A few hundreds out of Valentin Bruffer. We're still in P2. But now onto our final quali lap then. DRS open, long line, wide line to start finish, so we can carry a little bit more speed into our flying lap. Into turn 1, a little bit of a luck up. There's a car spun around there on the exit, and we go 4 to 500s up on the exit. So mega turn 1, 2, 3, and into sector 2. I think we're gonna be purple. You can see 16.139 going into the middle sector, but I've gone wide, carrying too much minimum speed. And now I have to go again for a second push lap on these tires. It's short quali, so we will have to start the race on these tires if we do not, or if we do improve, which wouldn't be ideal, but as you can see, I spun on the exit anyway. So, not ideal. Alvaro Carreton improved to P1. I think he went around the 10th fastest, so very solid lap for him. GG. And as you can see on the final screen, he was almost a full 10 faster than us, so very solid lap. Shanika Clay in P3, ahead of Valentin Bruffer, Ruben Vallejo, Ruben Pedreno, and Jakey Benham was our teammate. So very close field, as you could see there on the results. As you can see me try and select the strategy. I had no idea how much fuel to put, so I went with plus 0.7. Brazil is an easy one stop, soft medium, it's clear as day. So yeah, now lining up on the grid. We've just wound up our tires on the formation lap, of course, as the AI does a final burnout, lining up on the grid. I think it's going to be quite a long hold, as some of the guys towards the back are quite far behind. But we're going to be starting behind Alvaro Carreton. Next to us, or right behind us, Shanika Clay and Valentin Bruffer. So very fast drivers. Shanika Clay, Austin Martin Avonese Pro driver, and Alvaro Carreton, Williams Avonese Pro driver, of course. So
let's tell me the lobby is gonna be ruined.
As we're waiting for Shizu Lenny PNR to load in the session. Oh. But finally, he has left the session, and now the lobby is not stuck anymore. So we can finally start the race for our final pre-season league race. Off the line, pretty solid start. I'm going to go down the inside of Alvaro Carreton. Not to overtake him, but just to defend my own position. And now we have a good run towards turn 4, so I'm going to use a little bit of overtake, tuck in the slipstream, and have a little look into turn 4. I decided to back out of it, as at this stage in the race, it doesn't matter if you're P1, P2. Because yeah, we're going to get DRS. It's going to be quite easy to overtake at some point in the race. So no risk needed. Shizu Lenny has rejoined the session, so that's good for him. He is going to be able to drive again in the remainder of this race. So nothing happened in that opening lap really. I just stayed behind Alvaro Carreton, as there was nothing to gain for us. You can see I was 100% coming out of the final corner there on the ERS. And I'm going to go for a move here. Alvaro doesn't fight it. We probably have to work together a little bit in this race, especially in the opening phase, to help each other. Still have a lot of ERS left. You can see 90% on the end of the straight. And I'm going to use a little bit out of turn 3, so Alvaro doesn't lose too much time behind us.
I'm going to get DRS from this Ferrari, that's disgusting. Oh, this is disgusting.
So yeah, I'm getting DRS from a left car, a left disconnected car, who is SRT lefted, and this is a bit weird because yeah, I just got a free DRS for absolutely nothing, just for a left car. So yeah, that's interesting. I think I had it in Spa as well, but then Tomac had it ahead of me, Tomac Poratzis, and then he got a free DRS on the last lap of the race when I was trying to overtake him. Luckily we did manage to. And now on to lap 14. We have broken the DRS to Alvaro Carreton. We have saved our tires a little bit better, I think so. And now we are managing to pull out of his DRS. And I think Shanika Clay is going to attack Alvaro now. I haven't really pushed that much in this race yet, as a lot of people come into the pits. You can see I think 3 or 4 cars. One of them is our teammate, Jake Benham, but he got hit on the way into the pit, so he has, I think, rear wing and floor damage, as someone drove into the back of him coming into the pit. So that's unfortunate for him, but we're going to continue to push. Shanika Clay and Alvaro Carreton are fighting into turn 4. As Jeff says, he can take us this lap. But that's because our teammate was still in the pit lane. But we can, of course, pit this lap if we want to. But you can see our pace is still really, really good. We are still gaining time to Alvaro Carreton. And I think that's just because we've got so much more rubber left compared to him. We've gained 7 tenths on this lap. We're absolutely sending it on these not worn out softs yet, because they still have good grip. So I'm going to continue for another lap. And then means that we'll have better tires towards the end of the race, because we're going to continue. Alvaro Carreton comes into the pits now, 2 seconds behind. So it's going to be interesting to see by how much he's going to undercut us. I doubt he will be able to get ahead of us, because he will have to go 2 seconds faster in just one lap. And I'm obviously going to be pushing with my ERS levels. You might think, why did he not pit? He was clear out of the DRS. But Shanaka Clay was around 2.5 seconds behind. And I did not want to take the risk with getting held in the pits. So I decided to go longer than everyone else. And you can see Ruben Pedreno behind us still in the softs, probably pitting this lap as well. You can see how much time we're gaining to him. I think just on this lap alone we're going to be gaining over 1 second, which shows how good we have been on our tires. So very solid tire management from me there. But as you can see in the bottom right, we've only got 0.15 extra laps of fuel remaining, which means there's 0.7 extra fuel was not enough, and we're gonna have to do fuel saving, which is definitely not ideal, because we are gonna lose pace because of that in the next 20 laps of the race. We come into the pits for mediums, of course. We've gained, I think, 1.3 to 1.4 seconds to Ruben Pedreno there, just on that lap. So our softs were still in a very, very solid state.
Not sure.
Ruben Pedreno comes in as well. He did get a 3-second penalty on that lap. That's not ideal for him. Ruben Vallejo in P5. He went very early into the pits. I think 3 or 4 laps earlier than us. But now, coming out of the pits, we are side by side with him into turn 4. He's gonna let us ahead, as I think
did not get undercut.
He wants to get DRS in the coming laps. Maybe he pushed really hard with the ERS and he wants to recharge it. But we have to do some lift and coast in the next few laps, because otherwise we're not making the end of the race. Alvaro Carreton in P6 now. He just overtook Valentin Bruffer, who went to the hard compound tire. I never really feel comfortable with going to hards in Brazil, hence why I went for the mediums. So yeah, that's that. Now moving a few laps later, we're gonna get DRS again from a lapped disconnected car.
What's Ruben going for it when I have DRS?
No makes sense. So yeah, Ruben basically stayed behind me every lap when I had no DRS, and then once I had DRS, he went for a move. But yeah, I need to do lift and coast, so I decided to let him go. As lift and coast, you can see there, is a lot easier with DRS. If you're sitting at home watching this video and you have no idea what lift and coast is, basically what I'm doing is I come off the throttle before I start braking to use less fuel. So in that way I let the drag slow down the car, and we're not using any fuel in that space, so we're just rolling until our braking point. I might do it again this lap, I'm not sure, but Alvaro Carreton is actually going for it there. He's using a lot of his ERS, and you can see I went off throttle and then just coast for quite a while. I wasn't sure if I wanted to defend this position, because I think Alvaro was using a lot of his battery on that lap. I'm gonna do it as well here, but Alvaro has DRS as well, just like us, but he got a slipstream from Ruben Vallejo with a little bit of a wheel bang there, and I felt like I was almost gonna spin in that turn 4 corner. But yeah, we managed to stay on track luckily. Valentin Bruffer on the hards behind us. He's gonna be fast towards the end of the race, I guess. But yeah, now we're gonna move on to the final lap of the race, final 1.5 laps of the race. We have saved up enough fuel so we can absolutely send it on that final lap. You can see we're on almost 100% ERS. So coming out of the final corner, I'm gonna absolutely send it. I'm gonna use this wall battery on this exit, and then on the final lap we can use the remainder of like 50%. We're gonna go for it around the outside of Alvaro Carreton into turn 1. Ruben moves over to the right. He doesn't have to defend. Alvaro pushes onto the grass a little bit, and the big oversteer moment there. But we keep going. We still have a lot of battery left for the remainder of this lap, so we're not going to give up just yet, as I probably have slightly better tires than Alvaro, and everyone I had better than Ruben. So gonna keep pushing again. Gonna use my battery here on the exit on to the next right-hander, turn 6. But we don't manage to do anything. I was thinking about maybe having a little move here, but yeah, I'm not really comfortable doing that. It's pretty high pace or high speed corner, not very high speed, but medium speed. And I felt that was a bit dangerous. Now going around the outside, the next right-hander. Albon and Hamilton collided in that corner 2 years ago, and into the next left-hander. I spin. So yeah, that's not ideal. I think literally we've crashed every preseason race now. Of course, everyone has to get used to the new game. So, you know, Alvaro apologized straight away after the race. So, you know, really good. I've had absolute amazing battles with Alvaro in the past. It's a new game. It's preseason league race, so
He just acts like I don't exist.
you know, I've had amazing battles, as I said, and it's on a new game, so you know, it happens. We still are getting used to the balance of the car, the handling, and many other things. So he apologized straight away. So big respect to Alvaro there. Hope you guys enjoyed the final preseason league race before we head to Bahrain for PSGL, which I will upload on Sunday. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys next time. Ciao.